Hi-lo! I come to you not with questions, but with answers. Not with fiction, but with fact. Not with editing. Yeah, just not with editing. It's been a long few weeks of work, and I just really want to show you guys all this stuff. Okay, joking aside, guys, I am here to announce on the week of my birth that I'm starting to get a little exhausted by YouTube. Not to the point where I'm leaving or anything, I mean, read between the frickin' brackets, but to the point where I feel the need to spice up the Finn formula a little bit. I've been going by the same high-concept, overly edited video once-a-week schedule for almost 2 years now, trying to go full-time with this kind of stuff. You know, make a living. And while I was super gung-ho about the whole thing for about a year, banging out videos left and right, well, let's just say that schedule took a toll on me super freaking fast. Mentally, emotionally, and even physically. If you guys want an idea of how hard I worked, I would pull multiple all-nighters a week. And I'm not talking like, oh, I stayed up till 4 in the morning, this sure was a long night. No, I'm talking like sit down to work at 12 to 5 p.m. and finish working at 12 to 5 p.m. the next day with maybe a 30-minute power nap somewhere in there. I sometimes pulled 24-hour straight shifts on certain days to get videos done, due to both my lack of general free time during the week and my crippling perfectionist tendencies where everything in my videos had to be as perfect as possible. No team, no fleet of editors, no social media guy, it was all me. And sometimes those vids didn't even do that well, meaning I worked myself to death for a decent paycheck at best and peanuts at worst. You don't need a freaking PhD to see why this can't continue, right? Now, don't misconstrue anything. I absolutely love making content. It's one of the biggest pleasures in my life and always will be. Heck, when my time is up here on the tubes, I want to write or voice act professionally one day. But the algorithm is absolutely killing me at this point. And if I want to keep my creative spark going with my channel while also providing not just for me, but also my girlfriend in the future, I gotta start exploring some other venues sooner rather than later. It's not just a simple, oh, take a break and come back when you're ready. I gotta completely rework and streamline my process. And I think I have a solution that'll be easier on me, more consistent for you, and broaden my horizons as a maker of online stuffs. So without further ado, folks, my glorious 3-step plan. A plan to make my monthly muns and have fun doing it. With your generous assistance, of course. Let me show you what I've got. Roll the obligatory game footage. Step 1, Patreon. I've lingered on this idea for long enough in my other updates, so I finally bit the bullet and built myself a P-RON. It's a little malnourished at the moment with only 4 offerings, but it's a good way to see just how many people would be willing to support the channel. And by the way, if you guys do decide to donate to me, literally any amount, thank you guys so freaking much. I'd hug you all right now, but I guess I'll just have to settle for putting your names in my videos. Speaking of which, let's go over the tiers. $1 gets you the always sought after name in the credits of all my videos. Big or small, you'll be in them all. And never think that a single dollar doesn't make a difference. I actually did the math, and if less than 2% of my current audience only gave me $1, I'd be all set. I'd have the monthly wages I need to start planning for future expenses, and I'd be able to give you guys the content you love at the same time without kissing the algorithm's feet. We'd all be winners. $2 gets your name in the videos too, plus a vocal shout out from yours truly. You'd also get access to news updates, previews, and ad-free releases for all my major videos, like Cartoon Clash, Animation Multiverse, and Toon Words or Less. $5 gets you all the aforementioned stuff, along with the ability to vote for future videos. If I'm ever having one of those days where I can't decide what show to review in 10 words or less, or what multiverse to explore next, I'm gonna let you guys pick for me. Decide the fate of my very online presence with a mere bill of Lincoln. And finally, we have my favorite tier at $10. This will grant you access to a monthly Patreon-only series of videos known as the Cartoon Grab Bag. If there's ever been a piece of animation you've wanted my thoughts on, be it a 30-minute cartoon episode, a massive 2-hour movie, a tiny 5-second GIF you found online, basically anything goes. As long as it won't get me flagged for indecent content, so, you know, nothing that's strictly adult if you catch my drift. In this show, I will pick your suggestions at random, maybe like 5 or 10 depending on how many we get, and give you my honest true blue thoughts. We also have 2 special leaderboards for the people who manage to find the absolute best and absolute worst things I've ever seen, entitled the Wall of Fame and Stall of Lame respectively, meaning your name and suggestions have the potential to be immortalized in fame or infamy forever. So if you've ever wanted to introduce me to something underrated and amazing, or torture me with something downright abysmal, this is the place to do it. And heck, if I love one of your suggestions enough, it might have the chance to become a proper video on the channel someday.
The first episode will come out once we have enough people to give me a decent chunk of suggestions. Like with any Patreon, it's possible that some of these prices will get lowered at some point if it's considered too hefty. Plus, you're free to donate as much as you want per month, even beyond these tiers. Keep in mind that higher rewards are planned and ready for release if this goes well, but if you can't be bothered, then don't fret. All the content you guys love is still going to be free on the channel. Nothing major is going to be locked behind a paywall. I hate it when creators do that. And you know what else I hate? When creators choose to monetize access to their Discord servers! Yay! Yup, I got one of those too now. I figured I spent so much time over the years building an audience, but now it's time to start building a proper community. And thus, Finn's fantastic server was born. We've got everything here, from chat rooms about your favorite shows, to Creators Corner where you can showcase your own art in videos if you're an artist too, to special named categories for all the generous Patreon donors, like Finn Fan, Finn Friend, Cartoon Contributor, and Cartoon Consultant. We've even got some unique quality of life improvements for the channel as a whole. Are you one of those folks who constantly ask, "Hey Finn, when is this video coming out? Are you still working on part 2 of this video?" Anyway, if you've ever been curious about my major projects that are currently in limbo, we've actually got a room in the chat that'll provide regular updates on the percentile progress of the big boys. What I mean is that it'll show you what the completion percentage of each project in my pipeline is currently at. 0% means it's on my list but hasn't even been started yet, 25% means it's fully scripted, 50% means it's fully scripted and voice acted, 75% means it's scripted, voice acted, and in the midst of editing, and 100% means it's completely done and scheduled for release very soon. If you want more detailed updates as well as previews and ad-free releases, again, there's a Patreon tier for that, but if you just want to know how far along each project is, then you can view that on the old DC for absolutely free. And who knows, I might pop into the chat every now and then when my schedule will allow me. Again, the Discord is 100% free, no need to pay a dime, all donations are strictly optional, but it would be very appreciated. So yeah, that covers the 2 little circles in my preview page, but what about that strange figure in the center? Well, this handsome little devil ties in neatly with Step 2, Side Channels. So I kinda made a promise to myself at the start of the new year that I've been really bad at fulfilling. I told myself that I wanted to play and watch more stuff. I want to expand my media palette with a wider range of games, movies, and shows. And I never got around to it. Throughout the years, I've tended to stick within the same ballpark of shows for most of my content, like Owl House, Amphibia, Hell of a Boss, and the like, and only rarely delving into new territory under the risk of isolating and upsetting you guys. But when I asked up front if there's anything you guys think I can improve on with my content, a majority of the responses just said, "You should do more stuff." You guys actually wanted me to drive down some different venues after all. So you know what? The tunnel vision ends now. Not just on my main channel, but also on my newly launched fleet of side channels. All hosted by this little fella. Ladies and gents, may I introduce Didge. Imagine, if you will, a brilliant yet lonely scientist falling in love with his sentient computer program and risking everything just to exist with her forever in the mainframe. That's basically the backstory for my new streaming avatar Didge and his lovely lady sprite Pixel, played by my wonderful girlfriend Takara. Taka has been an essential part of my streaming career since I first started, so I figured it was only fair to present her as an integral asset to the experience by making her part of the branding and presentation. Which means, yes, my Twitch is going through its 3rd and hopefully final rebranding from the Real Dr. Box to Less Than 3 Gaming. Cause, you know, less than 3 is the emoticon for a heart, and there's 2 of us on the channel. 2 is less than 3, whatever, you get it. I feel like this identity better captures what my Twitch was meant to be all along. A chill, relaxed place where me and my girlfriend engage in gaming and just bounce off one another here and there. Heck, Didge and Pixel are specifically designed to look as comfy and casual as possible, with them wearing sweats and pajamas all the time. Plus, it would be kinda cool to see what fans would do with the concept of code sonas. Chill little computer programs in cozy outfits with computer icons to emote. There's a lot of creative potential in there. But Didge is not just gonna be isolated to my new Twitch channel. Oh no. My little buddy's got his own solo career to manage as well, which comes in the form of 3 new side channels that will be running alongside the main channel as of today. Take it away, Mr. Bite-Sized. Oh, trust me, I will. First off, we have a smidge of Didge, which will be my gaming/live content channel. It'll be reserved for solo Let's Plays on my favorite games, tier lists, try not to laugh challenges, solo gaming streams, challenges based on fan suggestions, and if I'm feeling a little extra spicy, some fully scripted game analysis videos. If you've seen channels from the likes of Jack the Goatsepticeye with his live variety format, that's basically what Smidge of Didge is all about. A place where I can unleash my gamer side without cluttering up the main channel. It's a chance to see a whole new side of me and play with that side too. Next up is A Tinge of Binge, a channel dedicated to reactionary content and watching shows and movies for the first time. Remember how I said I wanted to push myself to consume more things, not just animation, but movies and shows in general? Well, that's what this baby's for. This channel will be focused on laid-back casual reactions to stuff I've never seen before, and maybe stuff you've never seen before either. And yes, just like with First Reflections, I will be trimming the fat and only showing you the best bits, so you won't get minutes on end of me just staring at the screen like, It'll be jam-packed with all the funnies and the key moments just like always. And lastly, we have Didge's Digital Dump. What's the purpose of this channel? Honestly, I still have no idea. It's basically just a dumping ground for all the random ideas I have that don't fit on the other channels. Song parodies, memes, weird edits that popped into my head while I was at work, and even a few demo trials for video series I want to try elsewhere. It's essentially your quintessential second channel. Just random stuff that I want to make without burdening the main channel with it. Fun and random, but extremely unpredictable and chaotic. In addition, I also want to highlight 3 other channels real quick that I don't actually run, but I do play a big part in. Those being the Less Than 3 Highlights channel, which contains the best moments from when me and my girlfriend stream on Twitch, Passion Project Studios, another channel run by me and my girlfriend where we work on original stories and animation for some series we're developing, where she does the art and I do the writing, and finally Takara POV, which is my girlfriend's main channel. She uploads a lot of lo-fi playlists of popular properties, along with these beautiful acoustic and music box covers of her favorite songs, sung by the most warm and lovely voice you'll ever hear in your life. Totally not biased.
All of the lights land on you. The rest of the world fades from view.
She's a complete and total sweetheart. You'll love her. Now keep in mind that these side channels are exactly what I just said they are. Side channels. I don't plan to upload as consistently on these as I do on the main Finnthepony channel. They're merely just there as extra venues for new types of content and places I can retreat to if there's not much going on in the animation world. It gives me some more creative freedom and ensures that I don't reach stagnation or burnout with one single type of content. Plus, it'll give you guys a chance to see more of the unfiltered, unscripted me, which was also some criticism you guys brought up when I asked for it. If I do plan to shift focus from one channel to another for a while, you'll find out in my channel's community section, which is also where I update you guys as often as I can with polls and discussions. I'll have links to all of these channels in the description below, and hopefully I'll be uploading my first videos to them sooner rather than later. There's no Patreon for these side gigs because, again, the upload schedule is going to be kind of inconsistent, but I do have a link installed to a PayPal tip jar if you guys want to drop a single donation to support my side stuff. For some, it's a lot easier than a monthly pledge, so you do have that option available. Well, that's all fine and dandy, Mr. Finn, but is anything new going to be happening for the main channel? Indeed it is, and you'll see exactly what when I talk about Step 3, prioritizing short-form content on the main channel to increase output. I couldn't come up with a snappier name, sorry. If there's something that YouTube loves more than anything else, it's consistency. YouTube loves channels that release content on a weekly basis, sometimes multiple times a week. Heck, I have a lot of friends and colleagues that are living proof of that. And while I used to be able to get a video out every Friday on the dot, my scope and production values tended to get higher and higher with every release, and I eventually ended up burning myself out entirely from working too hard. I got a little overexcited and overambitious, let's just leave it at that. So I've decided to do what I planned to do from the start and have my weekly content be more simple and short form while I let my bigger projects bake for as long as they need to. My old YouTube schedule basically left me no time for friends or side projects or even basic things like sleep most of the time. And I kinda need those things if my ever-loosening grip on sanity is going to stay in place. So instead of releasing an overly edited grand creation once a week, which in hindsight is kinda ludicrous, I'll save those for when they're good and ready and just have more simple discussions ready for the weekly grind. Heck, when I asked you guys, you all seemed to agree that more simple vids were a better idea than my original status quo. So I hope you enjoy series like Toons Lost in Time, Box Thoughts, my YouTube shorts, and 10 Things I Loved and Hated, because they're going to be the ones you'll be seeing most often. While series like Cartoon Clash and Animation Multiverse are going to be given the time they need to be as amazing as possible. You get a good product, I get a break, we all get more variety, everyone wins. Like I said, if you want to see my progress on bigger projects, you can drop me $2 on Patreon or just join the Discord server. I'll keep you as well informed as I can, and it'll save you the time and energy of constantly asking in the comments. Well, I like to think that summed up things pretty nicely. As much as I enjoy releasing big projects on a regular basis, I gotta be honest with you guys, I need money and I need health. And the only way I'm gonna get those things is by changing things up around here. I wanna do more stuff with my time. I wanna talk more with my friends, I wanna interact more with fans, I wanna collab more with my fellow content creators, I wanna try out new types of content, and I not only wanna spend more time with my girlfriend, but I ultimately wanna move into a new home with her one day. Heck, 90% of what I earn from my videos goes straight into my savings so we can eventually afford a place together. I want to try less extravagant forms of content to maybe dial back my perfectionist mindset a little bit and target it more at the stuff that really needs it. And I also got to make sure I'm in better physical shape by taking time to exercise and see the doctor more often, which I've already started doing. Heck, I'm beginning physical therapy next week, so hopefully that goes well. Like I said before, all of these support options are 100% optional. You don't gotta do a thang-ding if you don't want to. But hey, every little bit helps, and it would be greatly appreciated if you decided to chip in. If this all pays off, maybe I can afford some extra stuff for the channel as well. A new PC for gaming, some merchandise, maybe some editors to lighten the load even more. I'll have to see what the future holds. For the time being though, as always, I just want to thank you guys for constantly giving me support and good vibes for nearly 10 years at this point. I had my birthday recently and the wishes from all of you brightened up my entire month. And hopefully with new ways of interacting with you guys, you can become less of an audience and more of a community. I'll have links to literally everything, including the Patreon, Discord, Twitch, tip jar, and side channels in the description below if you want to take a peek. And like I've said many times before, thanks for tuning in everybody, and I hope to see you all real soon.